Hi gang, Rob here. It's the morning of 19 January 2017. Coming to you with another initial review knife video of a big old fixed blade knife. Wow. Check this one out, boys. This from custom knife maker Zoe Crist, formerly of North Carolina, now of Escanaba, Michigan. Part of the Alliance of Custom Knife Makers, led by Mike Stewart of Bark River Knives. The knife you're looking at, part of Zoe's mid-tech line, is the Scout Camp Knife, a beast of a clip point woods blade, fashioned of A2 tool steel, a 1/4 inch thick, blade about 9 5/8 inches long, super broad, about 2 inches top to bottom, with a 5 1/4 inch handle affixed to the full tang of the knife in glistening green canvas micarta, held on with generous amounts of epoxy and Corby bolts, ground flush and polished with the handle. A brute of a woods blade, and super well designed. And you can see, guys, the clip is very, very subtle. It starts right there with a nice little swedge. You know, the clip point, such a versatile knife design. I guess we call them bowies when they're this big, don't we? Still a point straight ahead enough for good piercing should you need to dispatch a bear or a wild boar or something that might be attacking you in the woods, or even, you know, if you needed to shear an arm or a hand off a would-be attacker, two-legged human variety. Plenty good for that, but still, even with the swedge, enough spine out toward the tip that if you needed to baton this thing through a log or to make kindling, to split wood with it, plenty robust for that. It is convex ground from about 3/4 of its height down to a very fine edge. Enough distal taper to make it still a great cutter out in the belly toward the tip, but still robust enough that you don't have to worry about it. I love how the knife sort of broadens. If you look at how high it is back here at the base to out here approaching the belly, it gives you a lot of belly leading into your cut. You know, if you're swinging, you know, clearing brush, just lots of cutting power, shearing power through this area of the knife. And the balance of this thing and the way the handle fits the hand, you can't tell in front of the camera, but it is absolutely balanced for swinging. It's a fun knife just to you know, be alone in your family room when nobody's watching and just swing the thing. It really lends itself to that. And you know, if you're inclined to do a Jim Stewart twirl, oh my, you can impress your friends. Not that that's important in a blade like this. Let's talk about this handle. It's got sort of that signature Zoe Crist curve in the bottom of the handle. And in this knife, with this one finger groove, it just absolutely locks in. In the hammer grip, it's super comfortable. You can even really come forward and wrap the thumb around that front contour of the handle for some really detailed fine work. And this part of the blade is so well done. Look at the generous sharpening notch ahead of that ahead of the guard that's actually part of the blade. It's beautiful. It's just perfectly done. If I were going to design this area of a knife, this is exactly how I would do it. It's perfectly done. So the hammer grip, either staying back on the handle or coming forward, is very good. If you want to come into a saber grip, put the thumb over that last bit of cutting edge, you can do that very comfortably as well. Not that you're going to use this knife in a draw cut grip very often, but if you did, very comfortable. Not sure you'd ever go reverse grip on a knife like this, would you? No, maybe you would. And the hand locks in well, the pinky firmly in that finger groove, all 4 fingers ahead of the butt. Just nice. Very, very nice. So how do we do sharpening from the factory? This is a brand new knife out of the box. One of 2 that I got from Derek at KnivesShipFree, just for review. Oh, yeah, that's like a 9.5-inch Bowie knife, guys. Right out of the box, and it cuts catalog paper like nobody's bidding it. What I like about this knife is that, it's just sort of in base trim with green canvas micarta handles. Nothing fancy, right? Nothing fancy, just superbly well built and well designed. This is a $300-ish knife, I think, that you don't need to be bashful with. Take it out in the woods and freaking thump on it. Absolutely thump on it. It's just beautiful for work. And so nicely finished. Let me fingerprinting up this blade. Let me do a little quick blade wipe. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. But I really want you to look at the consistency of this satin. It's just so nice. Love Zoe's logo. And the neat thing about it, the satin finish on this convex, is that you can sharpen it properly, convex, go up as high as you need to into that primary bevel as you're sharpening, and you can replicate this satin just on sandpaper on leather. Not a big deal at all. Blade stock is a 1/4 inch if I hadn't mentioned it. And it swings. Did I mention how well it swings? Oh, man. Let's take a look at what comes with the knife. First of all, you get this big, huge box. I have to scroll it through. And, you got your tissue paper, your blade guarding cardboard, and then you get this. Check out the sheath. We have a sewn-on dangle. Snap retention for the knife. Let's see if we can turn this around and put it in here. Nice tight fit, super high quality snap. So we can dangle from the belt. We have a D-ring for a leg tie, because you don't want this thing swinging independently from your leg. And then we've got these 2 loops for horizontal small of the back carry that are retained with Chicago screws. So you can put those on or not. Now, frankly, if it were me, that's a lot of knife swinging from my belt. It's a lot of weight, and it's very long to carry small of the back, even if you're an old fat guy like me. You know what I'd probably do? I would probably fashion myself a sling and carry it. Because this snap retention is so good, I would carry it handle down across my chest so I could just draw the knife out downward. But lots of options with this sheath system. It's super well made. Veg tan leather, big thick welt, beautiful stitching, great hardware, if I didn't mention that. Just nicely done. If you're a fan of Bark River knives, but you kind of appreciate Zoe's design eye, and this knife is worth having for the handle alone, I think. It's just very, very nicely done. But this would be a worthy member of any fixed blade collection. I dig it. And as we discussed in my shop tour video with Zoe, he has recently relocated to Escanaba. He's spent tens of thousands of dollars setting up a brand new factory so that he can grow and start to produce these mid-techs in-house with employees. You know, this is a small business that deserves our support. And please go back and watch the shop tour video. I will link it in annotation and in description so you can meet Zoe and get a feel for the kind of guy he is. Just a wonderful human being. And man, does he make some nice knives. And the Scout Camp Knife is no exception. These, I think, are still in stock and available at KnivesShipFree, who were kind enough to send this one along with me for review. Support Zoe. Support KnivesShipFree. They deserve your support, knife guys. That's all for this one. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember the word and the Zoe Crist Scout Camp Knife are sharp.